The world is beginning to look at Burkina Faso in a new light, a nation long dismissed by global powers, suddenly emerging as a focal point of transformation and resilience under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. For decades, Burkina Faso was known to many as a country synonymous with poverty, instability, and political turbulence. Yet today, under the vision and determination of its young leader, it is slowly rewriting its destiny with a bold series of megaprojects that are not only reshaping the physical landscape, but also transforming the psyche of its people. Traoré's approach is neither accidental nor symbolic. It is deliberate, strategic, and deeply rooted in the philosophy that real independence is not declared but built through action, innovation, and tangible progress. From the first moment Traoré assumed leadership, it was evident that he intended to chart a different course. Unlike many before him who allowed foreign interests and international lenders to dictate the pace and priorities of development, he sought to put Burkina Faso on a sovereign path. He understood that true liberation could only come if the nation began to harness its resources, mobilize its people, and design projects that would ensure long-term economic independence. This mindset has already begun to manifest through several mega-projects that, piece by piece, are transforming Burkina Faso into a nation of vision rather than victimhood. One of the most ambitious initiatives has been the revitalization of agriculture, the very backbone of Burkina Faso's economy. For decades, the country's fertile land was exploited for raw material exports, particularly cotton, with little reinvestment into the local economy. Farmers remained poor, industries failed to develop, and food insecurity plagued the population. Under Traoré, this equation is being rewritten. Mega irrigation schemes are underway, designed to divert rivers and create sustainable water sources for farming in areas long dependent on erratic rainfall. Modern agricultural technology, seed research, and cooperative farming models are being introduced to improve yields, reduce dependency on foreign imports, and guarantee food sovereignty. By pushing large-scale mechanization and agro-industrial parks, Traoré aims to shift Burkina Faso from being just a raw material exporter to becoming an agricultural processing hub. This not only increases value, but creates jobs, builds industries, and retains wealth within the country. Infrastructure development is another cornerstone of this transformation. Roads, railways, and energy networks, long neglected, are now being prioritized to connect rural regions to urban centers, boosting trade and mobility. The construction of new highways linking Burkina Faso with neighboring nations is redefining regional trade dynamics. These projects are not simply about concrete and asphalt. They are about connectivity, opportunity, and integration. When farmers can easily transport goods to markets, when traders can access new routes, and when investors see logistical ease, the economy inevitably expands. Traoré's administration has been outspoken about avoiding dependency on Western aid for these infrastructure projects, instead seeking partnerships within Africa, with allies in Asia, and through internal mobilization of resources. Among the most transformative megaprojects is the emphasis on energy independence. Burkina Faso has long suffered from chronic power shortages, with many rural communities living in darkness and industries struggling under unreliable electricity supply. Traoré's vision is to end this dependency through a bold push for renewable energy. Massive solar farms are being constructed, harnessing the country's abundant sunshine to generate clean and sustainable electricity. Plans for hydroelectric dams and even small-scale wind projects are also in motion, ensuring that the energy mix is diverse and resilient. Beyond supplying homes and industries, these projects symbolize a philosophical break from reliance on imported fuels and expensive external providers. Energy sovereignty becomes economic sovereignty, and Burkina Faso is beginning to take control of its most vital resource for industrialization. Urban transformation is equally visible. The capital, Ouagadougou, and other cities are witnessing new housing developments, public facilities, and sanitation projects. Traore's government has launched large-scale, affordable housing programs aimed at addressing the acute shortage that has left millions in precarious living conditions. These projects, while providing shelter, also create jobs for local builders, engineers, and suppliers, stimulating domestic industries. Water and sanitation systems are being modernized, with mega pipelines being laid to supply clean water to urban and rural populations alike. Public transportation systems are under review, with proposals for modern bus networks that would ease urban congestion and provide affordable mobility to citizens. Industrialization is another pillar of this new Burkina Faso. Recognizing the dangers of overdependence on raw exports, Traore has championed the establishment of industrial zones where factories, processing plants, and technology hubs can thrive. Gold, cotton, and agricultural products that once left the country in raw form are now increasingly being processed locally. This not only multiplies revenue, but creates employment and builds a skilled workforce. Mega industrial parks are being planned in partnership with other African nations, where manufacturing can serve not just Burkina Faso, but the broader West African market. Such projects are key to breaking the cycle of dependency and ensuring that Africa begins to compete on global value chains rather than remaining on the margins. Education and technology also feature heavily in Traore's megavision. He understands that bricks and steel alone cannot build a nation. The human mind must be equipped to drive innovation. Massive investments are being made in education infrastructure, from building new schools in rural areas to expanding universities with a focus on science, engineering, and technology. Scholarships and training programs are being designed to prepare the next generation for leadership in industry, agriculture, and governance. Beyond physical infrastructure, there's a digital dimension to his strategy. Mega projects in fiber optic connectivity and telecommunications aim to bring Burkina Faso fully into the digital age. This not only supports education and commerce, but opens opportunities for young entrepreneurs in technology, digital services, and online trade. Health infrastructure has not been neglected. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities of Africa's healthcare systems, and Traore has taken this as a lesson to invest massively in hospitals, clinics, and medical research centers. Mega hospital projects are under construction, designed to provide modern healthcare facilities within Burkina Faso, reducing the need for medical tourism and dependence on foreign aid in times of crisis. Pharmaceutical production plants are also being considered, ensuring that essential medicines are produced locally. By combining modern healthcare with community-based services, Burkina Faso aims to build a system that is both resilient and accessible to all. What makes these mega projects particularly revolutionary is the way they are financed and managed. Traore has been vocal about rejecting the debt traps historically imposed by Western lenders, such as the IMF and World Bank. Instead, Burkina Faso is experimenting with new models of financing, including state-led investment, regional African funds, and strategic partnerships with nations that respect its sovereignty. The use of gold reserves and resource-backed funding is a bold step in leveraging the country's natural wealth without surrendering political control. This independence of vision not only secures Burkina Faso's development, but also inspires other African nations to explore alternatives to the traditional dependency models. The social impact of these projects is immense. Citizens who once felt abandoned are now beginning to believe in the possibility of a better future. Mega projects serve not only practical purposes, but symbolic ones. They demonstrate that progress is possible without foreign domination, that dignity is achievable through self-reliance, and that the narrative of Africa's weakness can be rewritten into one of strength. Communities that see new schools, clinics, and roads emerging begin to trust in their leadership, creating a stronger social contract between the people and the government. Of course, challenges remain. Financing such large-scale projects in a nation with limited resources is never simple. Political resistance, both internal and external, is a reality. There are forces within the region and beyond who do not wish to see Burkina Faso succeed independently, fearing the ripple effect it might inspire across Africa. Security challenges, including insurgencies and terrorism in the Sahel region, pose further obstacles. Yet, Traore has made it clear that these challenges will not deter the vision. He has tied the fight against insecurity to the larger fight for sovereignty, arguing that terrorism thrives in conditions of poverty and dependency. By building prosperity through mega-projects, he aims to undermine the very roots of instability. In the eyes of many observers, what Ibrahim Traoré is attempting is nothing short of historic. He is not merely governing a small West African nation. He is attempting to redefine what it means for a post-colonial state to stand on its own feet. These mega-projects are the physical manifestations of a broader philosophy of self-determination, Pan-African solidarity, and resistance to neo-colonial exploitation. If successful, they could inspire a new wave of African leaders to pursue similar paths, creating a domino effect of development across the continent. When one looks at Burkina Faso today, it is not just construction sites, new roads, or solar farms that tell the story. It is the renewed sense of hope among its people. A nation once relegated to the periphery of global affairs is daring to dream of greatness, powered by the vision of a leader who believes that no people are destined for poverty, only denied the tools to change it. Ibrahim Traoré is providing those tools, not through promises, but through action, building a Burkina Faso that reflects the strength and resilience of its people. In the years to come, historians may look back at this period as the turning point when Burkina Faso began its march toward genuine independence. The mega projects of today may well become the foundations of a prosperous tomorrow. And while challenges will undoubtedly continue, the trajectory has been set. Ibrahim Traoré has made it clear: Burkina Faso will not wait for handouts or directions from abroad. It will build, it will rise, and it will transform.